I nearly clicked the wrong button, but we got the recording started. It is fine. Nothing went wrong there for a moment, because it actually didn't. But welcome to my stream of consciousness rambling that is behind the screen with me, Comrade Bubbles, or Ryan, I don't care which. What's the hilarious saying? Call me anything but late for dinner, because that works for me. Welcome to specifically Series 8, Season 8, Episode 15. Still dealing with Pugmire, Highways and Byways. Episode 9 of that overall, because this has been a weird series, a weird season of the show. Just a friendly reminder though, I do not speak for Onyx Path, nor is this project official material. All views and opinions expressed are my own, and this material will be available to buy on Canis Minor. Canis Minor? Still not sure which. I am merely a grateful fan of the platform. I am also disabled. I do experience muscle spasms and twitches. That can lead to stuttering and slurred speech. If it becomes disquieting to watch, I will turn off the webcam or cover it. If it becomes too difficult for me to speak clearly, or at all, as has been the case in some very rare circumstances, thankfully never on stream, I will just have to end the stream. I do also struggle with multiple trains of thought, so please do talk amongst yourselves in chat. Please do ask questions, comment, critique, offer constructive criticism. Please don't be toxic. But I will try to finish what I'm talking about before moving on to what you have raised in chat. I will try to acknowledge it, but it's just something to be aware of. As usual, the Monday meeting notes are the best place to go for any updates about Onyx Path products, including Pugmire related material. So let's just have a quick rundown of this week's Monday meeting notes. The big one, kind of understandably, and if you've been paying attention for the past 2 weeks, I have the wrong URL in my Word document. That's annoying. That means I probably distributed the wrong URL last week too. Oh wait, no, I remember, because last stream was a special. That's it. I did specials for 2 streams. Anyway, yes, the current kind of thing to note is the back kit for the Curious Cats of Mao, which is a supplement for the Realms of Pugmire, which in itself isn't out yet, but you can pre-order through the Curious Cats of Mao back kit crowdfunding campaign. But this is a supplement for Realms of Pugmire, which is the second edition of Pugmire, which is what we're talking about today. It's a chain of words, I appreciate. That adds cats into the mix with their own specific setting and background, callings, and my personal favourite, because I wrote them, spells. There are some cat specific spells. There's some shared spells that cats can do interesting things with. But it's all good stuff. But that backer kit is running for another 9 more days. It's already funded, so if you back it, not only do you get access to the preview manuscript, you're also guaranteed to get the book, because it's funded for whatever tier you back for. The latest stretch goal that was hit was a game screen. If I recall correctly, this is identical to the Pugmire screen, except with cats instead of dogs on it, for your theming purposes. As a result of this, obviously, there's been a whole bunch of media productions covering a variety of things. Eddie's been reading some audio, some of the fiction from the Monarchies of Mao core rulebook, as well as 2 from, which was the first edition book, as well as 2 from the Curious Cats of Mao. Some of those are up on TikTok right now. Travis Legg ran an actual play here on the channel, Rats in the Cavern, and some of the clips from that have been uploaded to TikTok or are viewable at twitch.tv/the Onyx Path, obviously. And then I was fortunate enough to be involved along with writer and the book's developer, Curious Cats of Mao, writer on and developer of the Curious Cats of Mao, run by Eddie Webb, creator of the game line, here at twitch.tv/The Onyx Path ran an actual play, and some of the clips from that are also, it was a 2-part actual play called The Paw of Fate. Some of the clips from that are also on TikTok. Also, you can, again, watch them here on the Twitch channel. There's also the Red Moon role-playing actual play, and if you go to the Monday meeting notes and go back a couple of weeks, there was a list of the other actual plays and podcast interviews and things of that nature to promote the game. Those of you who are existing fans of Onyx Path Publishing may be excited to note that Onyx Path provided retailers a little hint as to what Curseborn is. I'm reading between the lines here. There's some reading comprehension involved, but I'm reasonably sure I'm correct in that assumption. At the recent GAMA, or GAMA, I guess, retail gaming expo in the States. And, of course, last month was the Storypath Nexus Game Jam. Last time I streamed this, it was still running. Now that it is finished, I can rest. I don't have to write anymore. And also, hey, I won! I won the grand prize. Trinity Continuum Begin Again on Drive-Thru RPG on Storypath Nexus. I have not slept well for a couple of days, and I can tell. If you are looking for an introductory Trinity Continuum adventure that, much like Scion, A Rude Awakening, Chronicles of Darkness, The Radford Estate, there will drip feed mechanics as you play so that you can learn through playing. That is there for you. It is pay what you want, so you can pick it up for the low price of absolutely free. So that's pretty hyped. I was very happy to win, obviously, but thank you to the judges and Onyx Path Publishing and all of the other entrants for providing an enjoyable atmosphere for the game jam. Yes. If you are interested in the game jam, it is the subject of this week's Onyx Pathcast. So that's pretty neat also. Hopefully I'll get a shout out there. Who knows, I might even tune into this one. After the fact, of course. The media highlight of the week being Danielle Lawson's character creation demo for At the Gates, which is the next game in the Earthbane cycle. Sort of follow-up to The World Below. On sale this week. It's finally here, folks. It is finally coming out. The Hedge, a sourcebook for Changeling the Lost 2nd edition. That is extremely exciting. That is the advanced PDF on Wednesday. Matthew, Eddie, and a few of the other Onyx Path creators will be at UKGE in May, and they'll be running some games as well. This month's game night with Onyx Path being the last Friday of every month, obviously focusing on Realms of Pugmire, on Pugmire, but you can run any game you want. And the things at press this week, the reprints continue for Origin, Core, and Aeon, Exalted Essence book and screen, as well as Exalted 3rd Edition Exigence, Trinity Continuum Anima book, and the Terror Surge screen, Mage 20 Lore of the Traditions. They came from Classified and Cyclops Cave for the print-on-demand files. Scion God 2E, Exalted 3rd Edition, Many Faced Strangers, and as I mentioned, Changeling the Lost 2nd Edition, The Hedge. I'm still not sure how much of the weekly project status updates I should recap, and if you are interested in checking out any of the Game Jam entries, if you go to the Monday meeting notes, scroll down to the bottom, the release roundup for February 2024 should in fact have links to all of those releases. It looks like they do, except mine has the wrong title, so I will have to correct that. Although the hyperlink takes you to the right page, so I'm sure it'll be fine. But that's the Monday meeting notes in a nutshell. Obviously, I will recap those at the end of the stream. I'm going to hydrate for a moment. And then we'll get into the main part of the stream. after a mere 9 minutes and 55 seconds. Fantastic. So, kind of usual rundown, really. I have just opened the wrong... There we go, the wrong thing. Behind the screen content creation show where I demonstrate my thought processes and design processes for community content for a variety of Onyx Path game lines. This season of the show is focusing specifically on Pugmire. Pugmire itself is a 5th edition, a D&D 5th edition SRD based game permitted through the OGL, which means that you can take the basic rules of 5th edition, remix them to your heart's content as much or as little as you want, and make a game with them. So Pugmire is a simplification and a streamlining of that rule set with its own twist on things, obviously, because it's its own game. And it's a lot of fun. And the basic elevator pitch is, what if D&D but dogs, or cats, or lizards, or birds, or rodents? And thanks to a variety of nice business decisions, there is a community content platform called Canis Minor where you can upload material that you create for Pugmire. There is a list of what you can and can't include available on Canis Minor. So as long as you're within those bounds, you are golden. But you can upload your material to that platform and get 50% royalties, which is a pretty sweet deal and a good way of buying role-playing games if you don't have much money to hand, because it works as account credit. And you can withdraw it as well. So, everyone benefits, really. But what that means is that it is a game that uses a D20, so 20-sided die, or dice if you prefer dice for the plural and the singular. You roll that, you add a modifier to it from your character sheet, and that usually determines the success or fail of an action. There are different rules modifying that, of course, as there are always going to be, but that is the gist of the D20 system. It's quite simple. It has proved to be popular for a reason, and I might be biased, but Pugmire is a really fun game, and I truly believe everyone should play it. Realms of Pugmire, when it launches, is an improvement on an already good game. So you should definitely check out the Curious Cats and Malbaka kit and back that at a tier where you get Realms of Pugmire as well. But this product is addressing some of the areas of the game that they don't necessarily go against the spirit of the game, but they, for whatever reason, haven't been included. Probably because it adds a little bit of complexity to a game that otherwise is quite simple to understand and play. So this is Highways and Byways, and it is a supplement, currently just over 5,000 words long. It'll be a bit longer by the end of it. I'm aiming for about 6,000, but we'll see. We'll see how scope creep works. Aimed at emulating and providing rules for long distance travel and chasers and things involving travel or the environment, things of that nature. So, for example, we've got a toolkit of variant rules that includes vehicles with enough information for vehicle combat and chasers. This is in part inspired by the ship system from Pirates of Pugmire, a supplement from the first edition, which I've just converted over, tweaked slightly, and then kind of include the references to those tweaks and explain how to use them. Some chase rules, because chases are going to happen, and sometimes you don't want it to just be a roll-off. Sometimes you want that dynamic experience of tension and obstacles and things happening at the table. As well as my own personal take on a random encounter table, as well as ways of spicing that up and making it slightly more interesting than just here's a combat encounter. As well as some suggestions and seed ideas to get things flowing in your guide's mind. Most recently, of course, long-time viewers of the show will remember I've been dealing with environmental and weather modifiers to mix up your your combat encounters to give them some kind of sensation of being elsewhere other than just a midsummer's day with a bit of cover scattered around to hide behind. And again, I've tried to keep all of this simple in the spirit of the game, but add my own twist to it, adding a little bit of complexity, but I've also provided advice where I can about how to use things. And that all concluded last time with a small list of generic biomes that provide a list of the modifiers that you can use. Just so, hey, this is a fight in a woodland, so it'll be difficult terrain with elevated platforms. And you can climb tree branches, but you might trip over tree roots. And then earlier in the season, I provided some alternate backgrounds using the existing backgrounds in Pugmire and Monarchies of Mao, as well as in one particularly memorable procrastination session, 5 new spells, again, themed around travel and usefulness for travel. Because they are designed to be utility and utility spells, they are for any spellcaster in the game. Some spells are limited to who can learn them based on thematics, based on theming, sorry. But these are just any class can learn this spell. Because any calling can learn the spell, sorry. Because it just makes the most sense to me to do that. I'm going to hydrate again, and then we'll get onto the main bit of the show. I've realised I don't have a link up that I should probably have up. Please bear with me. I've been remiss this entire season. Okay, so before we get into today's show, of course, I just want to shout out. I've mentioned his name before because he created the game line and he ran the actual play that I was involved in over the past couple of weeks. Eddie Webb, nice guy, but has put out a book on DriveThruRPG called Buried Bones: Creating in the Realms of Pugmire. I dropped the link for it in the chat. I'm going to put it in my show notes so I don't forget next stream, sorry. Yeah, I have show notes. I'm sort of organised for this. And Buried Bones: Creating in the Realms of Pugmire is a short book and commentary on the creation of the game Pugmire, with Eddie's thought processes behind things and design commentary and things of that nature, including a style guide for anyone who wants to get into writing community content. But because it is a design commentary on on the game, if you are looking at making your own material for it, whether homebrew or for community content purposes, knowing the intention behind certain things is incredibly useful. It's just a great read in general, and if you are coming to it from a D&D perspective without playing it first, there is a whole section of the book dedicated to the changes that have been made to the OGL rules, well, SRD rules, I guess, as well as why those changes were made in some instances, complete with a table with like, hey, this is what it's called in the OGL and the SRD, this is what we call it in Pugmire, and a page number for the Pugmire rulebook, and a list of frequently asked questions to cover up some questions you may have. So if that seems useful or of interest to you in any way, I highly recommend it as a creator, obviously, and a writer for the game line now. But it's just so useful and such an interesting read. Even if you don't want to interact with Pugmire but want to get into freelance writing or writing just in general, writing games in general, read any designer's commentary that you can get a hold of, because it's all just so useful. And I mean, obviously this show is primarily a design commentary show, really, particularly with its... I noticed that I've been dropping links in chat, but they haven't been coming through, so I'm assuming that I've been shadow banned again from Twitch. Oh, I've been putting them in the wrong Twitch channel. That's on me. That's on me. So the links I have been dropping. Monday meeting notes. The back of kit command, I believe, is !BK. And Bare Bones creating the Realms of Pugmire right there for you all. Yeah, that's on me. I was sending them to my my own chat room in OBS. Wonderful. Fantastic. I am a professional. I know exactly what I'm doing. But yes, I cannot stress enough how useful it is as a resource. Or just interesting. I dip into it, but I do one of these days intend to read the whole thing. So that's that out of the way. So today we're talking, and I'm gonna say probably at least one more stream. We'll be talking about callings. So callings are the Pugmire. I don't know why I did that in my thing. Callings are the Pugmire equivalent of classes in other games. I mentioned them before. We're having a road warden and a bandit calling. But fortunately, unlike in a lot of other games in the 5e, SRD, OGL design space, we don't have to create an entire levels 1 through 10 system here. Because the way that callings work I mean, you can, if you want to. You can create a new calling whole cloth if you wish. I'm not planning on doing that personally here. I'm approaching this from the Morty Corgi style of callings, and the... Please bear with me as I double check something, but I'm pretty sure this is... where did it go? There it is. The case in Pirates as well. This one. Yes, there we go. Unlike, because this isn't the core rulebook, I can take the material from the core rulebook and reference it easily. So rather than create, as I say, a whole list of callings for levels 1 through 10, although of course in Pugmire callings have refinements, so you don't have to have 10 new knacks or tricks. It will be, this calling starts with this trick and then, or knack, and then it uses existing callings for all of the other tricks and knacks within it. So it's thematically tied to an existing calling, so I don't have to create, as I say, like 3, 4, 5 new knacks. But it is its own thing because it starts with a thing that no other calling can do. Assuming that I don't replicate something that an existing calling can do. And I haven't had a chance to go through all of the callings, I will admit. I have been putting this off because it's a big job, and I can't put it off any longer, so I'm going to have to do that in the editing step. Because it's just useful to explain my design processes anyway, for me to improve, and hopefully useful as inspiration for you. So I'm just going to do what I come up with first, and then, take it from there. But yes, so that's the plan. If you have a Pirates of Pugmire, it'll be following the exact same layout as the callings there, with a bunch of narrative text, views on all the callings, like the average member of that calling, character creation section, and then the first the first knack that calling starts with, as well as a d6 table of inspirational ideas for your road warden or bandit. I will try to come up with a flavor quote on stream, but I sometimes like to agonize over those, and I probably won't provide an in-world quote, but I might, in the way that Pugmire is full of Yasha's writings, for example, or Pan's. Just because I don't know if that kind of thing would lend itself well to the supplement, but if I do, that will be, because that's more narrative. That will be in the after I finish writing on stream. That will be take a moment, take some time to think of a character, put them into the book where relevant, etc. However, I think it is time to stop procrastinating. And also names. I will provide quotes, but names I will do after the fact, off stream, because again, every GM has their weakness, and mine is naming characters. That's just the way it is, unfortunately. I'm going to italicize this, however. There would say, from bandits, beasts, and things that beggar belief. Again, if you want to keep this as official looking as possible, you write in American English, but I like to make it as official as possible, but also true to myself, and to preserve my thoughts and my identity as a writer, as pretentious as that sounds, and I'm aware of how pretentious that sounds, do not worry. But I like to keep things like, I like to put my stamp on my work, when it's not for someone else, obviously. If it's for someone else, if you are writing freelance or on a contract basis or whatever, absolutely follow their style guide. If they write in American English, you're writing in American English. Names are for careful preparation, followed by panic selection in the moment. Exactly, on Stebadeus. Exactly. And I don't have that preparation done just yet. We keep the road safe from bandits, beasts, and things that beggar belief. I just like the B alliteration, I'll be completely honest. Okay, looking at Pirates of Pugmire, it then looks like there's about 3 sentences of flavorful description about the calling. Just confirming. And then kind of it looks more or less like what draws people to that calling, I think. And kind of is there any guidance given to this in No, there is not. Anyway, so a flavorful description of the calling. Road wardens travel the length and breadth of both the Empire and the monarchies. Bringing the reassuring presence of civilization to even the most... I know civilization is spelled wrong, don't worry. I typoed. Most out of the way places. They are a steadfast presence. Nope. Make this reassuring touch of civilization to avoid just redundancy, duplication. They're a steadfast presence on the battlefield. to hold the line while everyone around them falters. There are few problems there. Discipline and resolve cannot overcome. In the name of protecting, I guess, defending the defenseless. Nope. There we go. Takes an animal. Let's say a character of a certain mindset to travel the dangerous roads of the world. Many road wardens are been friends with each other regardless of their place of birth. It's the rare warden indeed who hasn't shed blood. In the defense of someone they wouldn't ordinarily. Nah, I know what I'm trying to say, but I'm limited by my brain and fatigue. Stupid mushy sponge. Let's say their political superiors may disapprove of. Dogs viewing it as being a key part of being a key part of being a good dog. I just need to check something about cats. Please do bear with me. Nope. There an index. There is an index. Woohoo! That didn't help. Control F. There we go. Yeah, so I'm trying to figure out if this is a trusting instincts thing or pouncing on minions of the unseen thing. As an excellent opportunity to pounce on minions of the unseen. And birds know what a good story will be. I may separate Road Warden into two words. I haven't yet decided. As it's a thing that I am ultimately in control of. I can do whatever I want. Now, the trouble is, with you and other callings, there's only 2 callings in the book. So I guess that's what I will have to do. Because with there being 6 callings in each of the core rulebooks, I don't want to have a 12 calling table. So I'll just put view on bandits. They make our lives difficult. Threaten those we protect. But they could be much worse. And we know they'll help us. They'll help in the fight against the unseen. When their lives are at stake. It's going to make that bold, so I remember that it's a separate thing in and of itself. I may come up with a third calling and then obviously expand upon it, but right now I only have 2 in mind. So if you have any ideas. Oh, I guess there's always the Knight Errant. Could do something with that. Freelance isn't the right word. What would an in-world name for such a thing be? Freepaw? I guess would be the closest thing. Sure, why not? I can always rename it. I can always do a rename. Also, this is 9 alphabetical order, you fool. Bandit. Freepaw. Road Warden. Use on other Clalings. Chat, don't get your Clalings mixed up. It sounds painful. Bandits. Freepaws. It's our job to keep the road safe. To keep travelers safe on the road. They're nigh. I like using the word nigh. Obsessive. Need to prove themselves. Invites trouble more often than not. More often than not, and we always have to clean it up. Clean it. There we go. How's that, chat? You're getting an extra calling. You didn't know you were getting an extra calling. I didn't know you were getting a third calling. The scope has creeped. Typical Road Warden. And then all of the people who do homebrew, community content, freelance writing, what have you, just know that feeling and just like, yes, I feel the scope creep. Typical Road Warden. Road Wardens maintain their arms and armor at all times, as it is often the only as they are, I guess. Often the only things of worth in their possession. Scope creep for the win? Sure. I mean, it's fine when it's homebrew content. I guess while I'm procrastinating, here's a little sneak behind the screen. For this show, and for pretty much everything else I've released in the past on the community content platforms, I haven't really had a scope in mind or a word count in mind. It's just been, I'll write, I'll ape the official product as closely as possible, so I'll try to stick to roughly the right number, to roughly a similar and a number of sentences, a way of organizing things of that nature. But ultimately, it will be just it will be whatever product comes out at the end. Particularly with it being on stream, the more I write, the more design process I get to talk through, the more answers I get to potentially answer, the more content you get. But with my Game Jam prize-winning Trinity Continuum adventure, that I did have a defined word count. I sat down and it was basically 1,500 words per section. I think I stuck to that broadly. I may have gone over, I may have been slightly higher or lower for the appendices and the introduction. I can't remember. But each of the 3 acts, which is the main bulk of the product, the gameplay stuff itself was 1,500 words per section. It's just a good habit to get into, particularly as I do want to get to do more, obviously, contract writing, where word count is everything and you have to stick to it, more or less. Obviously, you may be able to get some leeway, some wiggle room, but you should ideally be sticking to the word count wherever possible. But here, as I say, I'm not particularly married to a word count. I'll aim for roughly what it appears to be in in the official books, but it doesn't particularly matter all that much. So just a little thing to keep in mind of like why I approach things the way I do sometimes. How many sentences? Which is why I treat things by sentence rather than word count. 4 or 5, depending on the length, as they are often the only things of worth in their possession. Experience road. Hang on, should I be capitalizing this? No. Experienced road wardens. Have a very blunt view of the world and are adept at I know what I want to say, but the verb has left the building. I guess ascertaining whether a threat is real and how best to react to it. Due to their position outside of the usual social strata of the world, road wardens are loyal, friendly, and driven by a sense of compassion and a desire to keep the world safe. Let's say keep the road safe. It's a little more achievable. That's that, and then we go into that, and then I'm going to save myself a whole host of time. Where did I put that work? Probably in my work folder. Oh gosh. It's not there, chat. I don't know where I put it. This is a problem. Multi-cookies, there we go. Oh gosh, callings, there we go. There it is. So, I don't know. I think I've mentioned multi-corgis before and how I keep accidentally saying the wrong thing, the wrong name. Because that's just how brains are weird like that. But I was fortunate enough to be able to contribute a whole bunch of callings to multi-corgis acid shanties. And so I've just copied my my template over from there. The observant among you will be able to tell at least one calling I contributed. There we go, 6 road wardens. Normal, please. Thank you. Oh, to be fair, it will have the champion knack. Okay, so we'll deal with this in a moment. Which, side note, if you haven't picked up Multi-Corgi's Acid Shanties, it is a fantastic product in and of its own right. Obviously, I'm biased; I contributed to it, but it was such a fun project to work on, and it's just such a good book. A whole bunch of Acid Sea themed callings and magic items and some pre-gen ships for your usage. So we'll do 6 road wardens in a moment, but we'll address the character creation process in right now. I need a list of. Yes, it's just another 6 unusual circumstances. So if I have too many word tables open. I take that and stick it here. There we go. Unusual circumstances. Okay, so as this is primarily a frontline tank to defend people, we're going to give them a D10 stamina die per level. If you are interested in making callings, obviously you can look at existing ones for inspiration. Very much this is a guardian if you're using Pugmire, or a champion if you're using Monarchies of Mao. Frontline fighter designed to take the heat from the other party members. So they have so they have D10 stamina dice. They gain 10 plus Constitution modifier per level stamina points, and their primary abilities will be Strength and Constitution. Which is not how Guardians and Champions have it. They have different primary abilities, but you don't have to copy. That's the great thing. You don't have to copy things. You can just take them as inspiration. Choose 2 from. Let's go with Handle Animal, Notice, Persuade. Focus. Persuade. Reverse. Oh, oops. Survive and traverse. And then to give them a bit more flexibility than just a whole bunch of social skills, no history. Why not? They're going to meet a lot of people on the road. They're going to talk to a lot of people and get a lot of just ambient knowledge. Rucksack. 1 melee weapon. That seems fine. Ooh. Let's do that. One melee weapon and a shield, or... Sorry. One single-pawed melee weapon and a shield, or one two-pawed melee weapon. Give you a bit of choice, bit of flexibility. Oh, wait, no, that makes more sense. Unnecessary restriction. In like a flash of hindsight, the barest hint of introspection. Just two melee weapons. One suit of armor. Any type you wish, really. I don't think they'd need an instrument. So what do champions and guardians start with? Some really quite practical gear, really. Unsurprising, considering that's their whole shtick. So yeah. Torches, rations, 50 feet of rope, and a map of the known world. Let's say Pugmire or the monarchies, given under unusual circumstances. Unusual circumstances! Oh, hang on. A column which can stay alive long enough to defend at the cost of falling unconscious in end rounds would be interesting. High risk, high reward defender? Oh gosh, yes. That sounds like my entire thing. You're just making... I'm probably not going to do this here because not everyone likes glass cannons. These are all designed to be... Well, certainly the Road Warden is supposed to be a relatively tanky character. But heck yeah, glass cannon defender. Put just everything into like the ability to defend oneself and others, but no health. Unusual circumstances. Fell from the sky. Found amid the wreckage of a caravan. Pinned to a tree. Probably go through and alphabetize these off stream. Given as payment, all services rendered. Found as part of a bandit's smuggler's cache, let's say. Woke one morning holding it. Very unusual circumstance. So first axe. Simple weapon, martial weapon. I guess. I'll probably have something in the introduction about the fact that trick and knack are kind of interchangeable in this document. So I'll just keep that for now, as it is. Simple weapon, martial weapon, light, medium, heavy armor. Light, medium, heavy. Shield aptitude. Right, so the thing here is, do I provide 2 unique calling knacks, or do I provide 1? Probably have to provide 2. Yep. Okay, so choose from either Staunch Defender or let's go with so Staunch Defender is tying into the the defensive guardian champion aspect of the calling. I think we should probably have something that ties more into the traveling and survivalist side of things. Let's call it Wild at Heart for now. Beyond that, it's just guardian and champion. So this is something I did in Morty Corgis as the Chanties as well, with the callings I created there. So I believe it's Pirates of Pugmire includes a... it's like, it's this calling or this calling, which is fine, but if you don't have one of those callings, because you don't have one of those core rulebooks, it makes it very limited. No... it's fine. It's not wrong. It's just I'd like to provide people with plenty of choice, and if they only have one of the books, then I feel like if it's an either-or choice, the player might feel like they're missing out, whereas if it's an and choice, there's less of that, because it's kind of... you could have either anyway, it doesn't matter. Does that make sense? That's just personal that's just me, anyway. Obviously, when you're making your own community content, you can do it as you will. So, Staunch Defender. So I need... I guess... calling knacks as a section. With Staunch Defender and Wild at Heart. Nope, heading 1. These are heading 2. And we'll go through with the knack creation, I think. So, Staunch Defender. While any character can pick up a blade in the defense of others, only a rare few view it as a higher purpose and dedicate their lives to it. For these few, lives are a secondary consideration, and they will do whatever they can to protect their charges. So, bit of narrative, bit of fluff. And now the game text. Let's go with whenever an adjacent friendly character is hit with a successful attack, whether weapon, spell or weapon, the... hang on. Is it you? Please bear with me while I check the wording. No. The Road Warden, in fact. Can push that character 5 feet. And take the damage instead. They may do this once per round. I've worded this very specifically because it does not use a reaction. Can I do it once per round, but it is a free action because I want to use the reaction later. As part of the refinements. Refinements. Oops. The Road Warden reduces any damage taken. Oh, let's just say the Road Warden has... I've got to be very careful with the wording. No, I guess. Reduces any damage taken this way by a half. They have a shield. This is going to have 3 refinements. Most things only have 2. This is going to have 3. Or at least only just a quick glance through the rules. Most things only really have 2. But this one is going to have 3. Road Warden may use the reaction to make an immediate... a weapon attack. Targeting their attacker. If the attacker... I don't need a rider if the attack is within range, because it's kind of implied. You can't make a sword attack against someone who's standing 30 feet away. Road Warden may use their reaction to target a friendly character within 30 feet. With this. There we go. Again, I'm very tired. I apologize, chat. The Road Warden moves their actions to target a friendly character within 30 feet with this knack. So I like having this just passive buff of, hey, you just take less damage if you use it. You can still only do it once per round, but you just take less damage when you use it. And then give 2 reaction-based refinements. I guess I should say while they are holding a shield. It's a bit clearer. The Road Warden may use their reaction to make a weapon attack targeting their attacker, and the Road Warden may use their reaction to target a friendly character within 30 feet with this knack. When that character is hit with a successful attack. Or just instead of an adjacent one. There we go. Refined. And then Wild at Heart. Long years of travel have given the Road Warden, have instilled the Road Warden with a Untamed spirit. More at home on the open road. They are in the city. And they... Oops. They can deal with a wide range of... Nope. How to overcome most natural obstructions and barriers. The road warden ignores the effects of difficult terrain and just need to check how something is handled. Please bear with me while I scroll through the PDF. Again, it's one of those where I'm pretty sure I know how it's handled, but I don't want to assume that I do. Yes. Where's my thing? Ignores the effects of difficult terrain and characters. They target only gain a +1 bonus for having some cover. Instead of a +2 bonus. You know what, let's rephrase that, because as it stands right now, it could be misinterpreted. Characters they target half the listed bonus. Now, again, it still could be interpreted as, hey, this says they don't get the advantage on saving throws. Because I obviously there is the outside chance that they may get a knack or a spell or a trick, if you prefer, that gives the target, requires a saving throw from the target. So I don't want to have something that is ambiguously worded that it could be read so they don't get that saving throw. I guess I could just clarify it. The Road Warden ignores the effects of difficult terrain and characters they target gain only a +1 bonus to defense or having some cover while retaining advantage on relevant saving throws. It works for now, it gets the point across, and if I think of something better in editing, I'll reword it. Refinements. Characters. Gain targeted characters. Gain no benefits for being in anything other than total cover. And let's also go with the Road Wardens. Speeds increase. I just need to check something. I don't want to make them speedier than the speedy classes. I'm just checking. Doesn't say. Cool. Rad. I don't think there was one here, but I'll double check in dogs as well. Making sure I haven't accidentally turned off OBS for whatever reason, and it hasn't crashed, so that's always good. Okay, that's fine. Let's go with 10 feet. Now we need 6 road wardens. A dog whose family and their wealth through trade, but no longer travels themselves. A cat who belongs to the shadow block. Wants to see the world. Sure, I'll throw in a little reference as well. Why not? That'll be another one. A cat who fled their house to prevent a scandal. I guess to prevent a larger scandal. Shout out to Jarvis Rescue. Let's go with member of the Church of Man who travels proselytize. Yeah, I spelled that word correctly. So it'll be another dog character. Sorry about the bong of the tankard hitting the coaster. See, something slightly atypical. A former stray who wants to rejoin society without giving up the wilds. And then Repass Korat, intent on proving themselves at all costs. Which is a very generic Road Warden concept, but there we are. It works. Is that everything I need to do for the calling? Flavor quote, intro, use another callings, typical Road Warden, 6 example Road Wardens, character creation. Unusual circumstances table, list of knacks. And then the knacks themselves with refinements. I think that's everything. I think that's all good. I guess I could go for a second one. Let's go with Bandit, because that's the other one I had the idea for. And then we'll see how much time is left for free pour after. Bandit. Sure, we aren't the most law-abiding folk. free to live our own way. Because if that's at the expense of others... Bandits live in the between places. Hiding out in the untamed wild. Striking from the shadows. To claim what treasures and goods they can. They travel the darker places of the land. Trade their wares with those willing to look the other way. In exchange for cheap goods. On the battlefield, they are an intimidating and unpredictable. They are intimidating and unpredictable warriors. Banditry can call to any creature, young or old, and a small number of strays and wanderers find themselves rubbing shoulders with less scrupulous. I think it's ratters. Hang on, I'll double check. Yeah. Footpads? Yes. They're scrupulous ratters and footpads. Often these small groups band together for mutual security. But trust is a commodity in short supply, and these alliances are most often. I need to replace often there. Let's say these small groups sometimes, usually, and together for mutual security, but trust is a commodity in short supply, and these alliances are most often tenuous at best. Convince a bandit that they need you, that their continued survival is dependent on you, however, and you'll have a sharpened blade for life. Views on other callings. Free paws, road wardens. Road wards. It's technically not wrong, but free paws. How would you look for a higher purpose than yourself? Makes no sense and takes too much time. Best just to look out for you and yours. Sure, they're useful when monsters attack, but they're always involving themselves in our business. Abuse and other callings, and then if I just copy from here down, I guess. Six bandits. Clear this out. This will be a D8 per level because they're more of a skirmisher. Again, I've mentioned footpads, wanderers, etc. They have a solid D8. Primary abilities, dexterity and charisma. And then we'll go with skills. But we don't need no animal. Balance, notice, obviously. Bluff. Notice would be good. Thinking intimidate instead of persuade. Is intimidate a skill? It's been a while. Let's find out. Oh gosh, where's that list of? Is it here? Where is it, chat? There it is. It is a skill. Be a strength-based bandit if you wanted to, I guess. Intimidate, notice, persuade. Less so sense motive. I don't think that's necessarily needed. Well, actually, kind of makes sense to have it, as you got to know when the situation's going south. Sneak and steal, obviously. Yeah, that works. Rucksack. Let's go with... Double melee. Simple ranged. One set of light armor. Probably wouldn't have torches, it'd probably be a hooded lantern. 50 feet of rope, and some things be given or required under unusual circumstances. Let's go with... a trinket. Unusual circumstances. Found on a merchant. Left behind in an old bandit camp. Stolen from a fellow bandit. Given in trade by a fence. Then we'll go with... Oh, chat, what will we go with? What will we go with? Kept as a reminder of a past secret. That's a reminder of a secret. I'm trying to use these as just story seeds, obviously. And then we'll go with... This is always the place where I struggle. I actually probably noticed when I was doing the random encounter tables. Well, encounter inspiration tables, I should say. Coming up with 6 of the same thing without it being the same thing is quite difficult while people are watching. Let's go with... I do like the Deus Ex Machina unusual circumstance. Oh, I know. Found, wedged in a tree, rocks, or similar. Someone put it there. Who knows why? Simple, light armor. I give them shield aptitude, why not? And choose one from either Intimidating Presence or Unseen Blade. Let's say Strike. Why not? And Ratter and Footpad. We'll do the bandits and then we'll do the callings. 6 bandits. Down on there. Look, dog. Trying to survive. A cat with few morals. I guess criminal instincts tie into the tenants. Like, sure, they're a bad cat, but they're trusting their instincts. A former member of the Church of Man, questioning their faith. Trouble with this is, I'm trying to think why there would be a bad dog. Cats are fine. Cats you can hand wave a lot, but obviously dogs have the Church of Man as their moral code, and they need to be a good dog. A cat spurned by their run-in. Sorry, spurned because of a run-in with House Founder. Just check that means what I think it means. Yes. Another reason a dog would be a bad dog and take to a life of crime. A dog blackmailed into banditry. Member of House Cymric, who is having too much of a good time. So, Intimidating Presence and Unseen Strike. You know how to weaponize your reputation and cow your would-be enemies. On the battlefield. But to be fair, that's really all you need to know. By breaking their spirits momentarily as they raise their weapons to strike. With practice, you can even use this to defend your allies. However temporary they may be. As an action, you can make a... let's say strength or charisma. Intimidate check with a difficulty equal to 10 plus the target's charisma modifier. So, just a slight thing. A lot of 5e based games use wisdom to kind of rebuff fear-causing effects. I'm using charisma here because this is not a magical effect, and also I'm the way I'm thinking about what I'm thinking of doing is it's a clash of personality, and that's more reflected by charisma than wisdom. So this is why it's atypical. If you succeed, one character within 10 feet of you can't add their, let's say, subtract -2 any ability checks and attack rolls they make until the end of their next turn. Why is this? Refinements. The target of this knack can't add, let's say, subtracts. No, it's weird. Let's phrase it this way: no longer subtracts. Let's say the -2 modifier. But cannot add their proficiency bonus. And then that. Let's just do it this way. The target of this snap cannot add a proficiency bonus to any rolls while affected. Affected by it. The range of this knack increases to 30 feet. And sure, a third refinement. You may use a reaction and a friendly character in range is targeted by a character. Also within range. Because I've given away to boost the range, I can't specify. I don't want to specify. Let's just put hostile with shorthand. I'll check the exact wording off stream. That hostile character is affected by this knack or that attack. Let's say until that attack is resolved. That ability check or attack roll is resolved. It's a nice little debuff. Why not? I like debuffs. Just enough time to do Unseen Strike. You know how to strike at the perfect time to cause the most chaos. Because this isn't going to be a sneak attack. I guess I should rename this actually. Oh, you know what? Just call it Chaotic Strike. Why not? I'll swap that over in editing. You know how to strike at the I'm just making work for myself if I leave it that long. There we go. You know how to strike at the perfect time to cause the most chaos. Whether distracting spellcasters, breaking a foe's guard, or stabbing an ally in the back for good reason. No one can predict where and how you will make yourself known. Once per round, you may choose. Once per round, for making a successful weapon attack, use your reaction to choose one of the following effects. Double checking something. Pretty sure I know how it works, but just want to make doubly sure. The target must use their reaction. Maintain concentration on a spell. The target. Trying to I have an idea about why you stab an ally in the back, so that's fine. Target's defense is reduced by your proficiency bonus. The start of your next turn. Target must move 20 feet directly away from you. No, maybe not. Maybe not that one. That one seems like it would require a saving throw. Why would you target an ally? With a melee or ranged weapon attack? Oh, I guess. The target must use their reaction to move 5 feet without provoking opportunity. I think they're called opportunity attacks in Pugmire. What's the combat section? Because they are called different things in different games. Attacks of opportunity. There we go. Good thing I checked. Let's say 10 feet. Up to 10 feet. Without provoking attacks of opportunity. And without ending within their movement. Oh, you know what? Let's just say let's just say this. They must move further away from you. Must move away from you, so they can't get closer, but they can, you know, reposition slightly. Refinements. You gain an additional option. The target of the attack because I don't want it to just be, hey, you deal more damage, because that's the precise attacks, I believe it's called, trick. I don't want to replicate that. This is more just a, precise attack. This is more just flexible debuff. Target of the attack. Reaction for concentration, defense reduced by proficiency bonus. Let's say by half. Ideal proficiency bonus. Type must use your action to move. Target of the attack. Well, I guess the target. The target must target you if possible. Till the end of their next turn. And then a non-option for this. You may use this attack with any weapon attack, successful or not. As long as the target is within range of the attack. Because I don't want people to be like, hey, I throw a dagger, oh, it failed. But still, they were the target of the attack. I know a lot of... This is a very niche wording for bad faith players, but it's there. Just in case. But there we go. Just at the end of just almost out of time as well. Oh, this should be bandits. So today we have discussed 2 of the 3 callings that I plan to add to this supplement. So next Tuesday, not next Tuesday, a week next Tuesday, in 2 weeks' time, which is the 26th of March, all being well, I will return and we'll finish this supplement by going through the free pour, and I might think of something else in the meantime to add to the supplement to pad out the stream. But we are definitely in the home stretch here for highways and byways. And then after that, it'll be on to something else. I might take a couple of weeks off to think about what I want to do next and plan ahead. But if you have missed any of the stream, it will be available immediately for subscribers at twitch.tv/the Onyx Path. If you are not a subscriber and have an Amazon Prime account, you can link it to your Twitch account to get a Prime Gaming account. And last time I checked, that allows you to get 1 free subscription a month. It does not automatically renew, but you can use it anywhere and you get the same benefits as a normal subscription, as a tier 1 subscription. If that is not an option, or you do not wish to do so, if you wait a week, you'll be able to watch this video here on the Twitch channel, and it will also be uploaded to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/@comradebubbles. Obviously, if you're watching this on YouTube, congratulations, you found it. Also, please let me know what you thought in the comment section below. But please do consider supporting the channel via subscription. Please do consider supporting the show via subscription, or if you're on YouTube, via subscription. See what I did there? It's because it's the same word, but it means 2 different things. If you weren't here for the start of it, after an initial mix-up with chat windows, with chat boxes and things, I did share a couple of pertinent links. The first one being the Monday meeting notes, the regular weekly update as to where Onyx Path is currently. The most important information being that there is currently a crowdfunding campaign running on BackerKit. There are 9 days left in it for the Curious Cats of Mao, to which I am a contributing writer. There are some links to microfiction on TikTok of Eddie reading short fiction pieces from the Monarchies of Mao book, as well as the Curious Cats of Mao book. There are some clips from actual plays, both that Travis Legg ran, Rats in the Tavern, and that Eddie Webb has run, Paw of Fate. I was involved in Paw of Fate, and I am happy to say that my joke made it to one of the clips, and that makes me unreasonably happy. Eddie, by the way, fantastic guide. If you are heading to UKGE, he may be running some Pugmire, and if those games are not sold out, I think he is, please consider buying a ticket to one of those games, if you can afford to, obviously. On sale this Wednesday is Changeling the Lost 2nd edition, The Hedge, which is great news for those of us Changeling the Lost fans. That is the advanced PDF. That is not a hardcover print on demand book. On Friday, the Pathcast will be talking about the Story Path Game Jam. And again, happy to announce that I won the grand prize for that with my Begin Again introductory adventure. It is priced as pay what you want. So if you want to learn how to play Trinity Continuum by playing, you can do so. There is guidance given, as well as page references and a slow drip feed of mechanics. If you are interested in the show, I mentioned it comes around every 2 weeks, but if you are interested in writing community content, if it's for Canis Minor, as I mentioned, I cannot overemphasize how useful a resource Buried Bones Creating in the Realms of Pugmire is. It's a book written by Eddie, the game line creator, it's just full of design commentary and reflection on the game, and it is a fantastic resource. But if you are more interested in the story path or side of things, or you are unsure how to use the provided Microsoft Word templates, I do have a guide available, how to use the StoryPath Nexus Word templates. It is going to be broadly applicable to Canis Minor templates as well. I've dropped the link for that in the chat. If you, that is also pay what you want. There is a video tutorial linked within it. I streamed that on this stream at the beginning of February. That's now up on YouTube for everyone to watch. And as I add to the guide, if it is a pertinent update, I will update. I will do short updates to the video tutorial and put them in their own playlist and things of that nature. I think that's everything. The next show on the channel, Friday noon Eastern. If you are not based in America, the American time zones did change recently. They went an hour forward, so this is all in, I think, Eastern Daylight, EDT. Friday at noon, they came from Cyclops' Cave Warriors of Legend, and Sunday at 6 p.m, Scion Godsend. If you have any ideas for actual plays or non-actual play material like this show, that there is a contact address on the Onyx Path website, but I think it all goes through Matthew Dawkins. You might want to ask on the Onyx Path Discord server, or just email the Onyx Path and they'll give you the right email address, but feel free to pitch them. They're always looking for more shows and more content. Obviously it helps with the schedule, helps build a Twitch presence, social media presence, and all of that good stuff. But until next time, stick around for the post roll. I'll let it roll for a few minutes before I end the stream, so if you have any lingering questions, please do ask them in chat. If they occur to you after the fact, I will be streaming in about half an hour over at twitch.tv/ComradeBubbles. It's a video game stream, but I'm always happy to talk role-playing games, and I can be found on Blue Sky at comradebubbles.bsky.social. Until next time, chat, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully it has been useful in some small way, but please do stay safe, please do stay healthy, please do stay wholesome, and much love to you all. Goodbye.